Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning. What? You're looking at me weird already.
Well, I know you got a haircut, and you wanted to represent us well down in Lincoln, Nebraska, and appreciate that very much. But your hair in the back, it's pretty short. How could you get sun? Where did you get sun between now and when you got your haircut? Because I hate to say it, but you look kind of like a redneck.
Seriously? Are you kidding me?
It looks pink.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. Did they have bright lights at Pinnacle Arena?
Well, I had to walk to and from the arena. May I say, the sun was out in full force. The weather was absolutely beautiful.
Yesterday was gorgeous. It was just an A day for getting out and doing some things, and I know a lot of folks were doing that. We have another day. It's going wind is going to pick up a little bit here today, and then not so great on Saturday because we're going to have real gusty winds, and Sunday into Monday we'll start talking about moisture. But we've had a great week.
Mm-hmm.
We really have.
Absolutely.
Great week. All right, I'd like to get your assessment here real quick. We went down and watched some volleyball and brought it to us on KBBN. Very proud of our teams that went down that we covered, and they run into some darn good teams as well. I assume that's kind of the overall picture there. Some very, very tough teams down there at state, as it should be.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, you don't make it to state unless you're good.
Yeah.
And we had the wonderful opportunity to cover Broken Bow and Mullen at the state tournament. We congratulate both of them on their seasons. It's always disappointing when you go down and fall a little bit short in the opening match. But, boy, for the players, I hope that that doesn't overshadow for them the wonderful accomplishments for both teams. For Broken Bow, 2 years in a row now making it down to the state tournament. A team that had a 24-match winning streak, won 27 of their last 28 going into the tournament. What a great year. Yeah. My gracious. A lot of fun to cover them through the year. For Mullen, conference tournament champions, another district championship, back to the state tournament for the first time since 2018. Phenomenal season for them. I say this all the time, and I truly mean it. It's a privilege when you have the opportunity to go down and do something like that from our perspective. So we congratulate both teams. Great season of volleyball around our coverage area again. Man, we had some great matches to cover. I think we may have covered the most volleyball we've ever covered during the history of this radio station. I think we even added more than what we've done in years past. So we had a great time covering the sport, enjoy covering our area teams, and it was great to have the opportunity to be down and follow a couple of our teams that made it to the state tournament.
Yep, I think you're right on. I think we did cover more volleyball, and it was a good year to do it because there were so many good teams, as you mentioned. And now we look to football. I did want to tell folks, if you want to get jacked up and pumped up, go to Sandhills Express Facebook and check out the Sandhill Thedford Knights video that Jeremy put together. There's already been 3,500 people that have done so, and some nice comments. I don't know how Jeremy does this, but he's got himself a little promo going there that is really great. So check it out on Sandhills Express Facebook page. Also, that same location and others, you'll be able to watch and listen to Pleasanton and Sandhills Thedford tonight on several platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Sandhills Facebook, let's see here, YouTube. And then there's also, just type it in, sandhillsexpress.com/live, and you can get it that way. So there's 4 different ways you can watch it, depending on what your device and how you like to do it. And then there'll be the guys' call tonight on the radio, which will be combined with that video feed. That will be starting, I suppose, 1:45 or so, maybe even earlier tonight, before 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I would say somewhere between 5:30, 5:45 will definitely be on the air with the pregame show, and then, of course, the video itself will get started probably a little bit before 6 once we get close to kickoff.
All right. It's going to be fun. I would imagine that field in Pleasanton will be surrounded with fans, but if you can't make it or you're not comfortable being there, and you're just one of these people like yours truly who want to watch Sandhills Thedford play and enjoy the game and listen, we're up for it. And thanks. We'll get that list in here today and go through those sponsors we have for video and for the audio. It's amazing. People are very excited about this matchup. We also want to thank Viero Wireless because they're our partner in bringing you these video broadcasts. So thank you, Viero. And then we have a office right here in town, a shop right here in town. Stop in Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. until 5 p.m., located on the north side of the square at 841 South D Street. And stop in and see what they can do for you for your wireless needs. They also have stores nearby in Ord, Lexington, and North Platte, and other locations. I believe Viero Wireless covers the 5-state area here in the Midwest, and they have an estimated 646,000 people using this service. So check it out. It might be a nice alternative for you, and they're ready to go for you. Say hello to Chantel when you're there at the store here in Broken Bow. All right. Want to play the game? Some of the schools are not having classes today. Some of them are. I think we can go through that. I guess we got time.
You want to do menus?
Yeah, let's do menus. All right. Get them out here. Good morning.
I will start at Sandhill School in Dunning. Since we've been talking Sandhills Thedford, good place to start. Looks like they got hamburger on a bun today. Chips and brownies at Sandhills.
And Loop City is showing no school today.
Litchfield today, baked potato bar with broccoli, garlic bread, berry cup, apple crisp, and milk at Litchfield today.
At Sargent, hamburger, chips, baked beans, fruit cup, milk, and salad bar.
Broken Bow today, showing cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza, honey garlic glazed chicken over rice, taco salad with tortilla chips, and a fresh baked ham and turkey sub. Some of the choices for you at Broken Bow today.
At Thedford, tacos, corn, and refried beans.
Ansley today, nachos at Ansley.
And Selma Myrna, it's cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza, honey garlic glazed chicken over rice, fresh baked ham and turkey subs. They have baby carrots and fruit and milk.
Callaway today, chicken fried steak.
And today at Gothenburg, pizza, baked ham, scalloped potatoes, baby carrots, and leftover veggie fruit.
The last one for me is SEM, and they've got hot dogs on the lunch menu today.
All right, that's our menus for today. Thank you very much. I do want to remind you a couple of things here as we get ready to play the game. Public is encouraged to donate to the Elks. The Elks have been working on getting coats, gloves, socks, mittens, shoes, boots, hats, scarves, and other items to their coat drive. The items you can drop off at the Custer County Chief at 305 South 10th here in Broken Bow. And new and gently used winter wear for kids is what they're looking for, even adults. They'll accept garments that are well kept and can be reused for adults. Information about the coat drive or the Elks, call Paul Loy at 308-870-1562. 870-1562 for more information on the coat drive. Appreciate that very much. All right, let's play the game.
All right, here we go. Our final question regarding the most successful movies of the 1970s. I am a 1971 movie produced and directed by Don Siegel. I have several sequels. My main character is a police inspector in San Francisco who is tracking down a serial killer. What movie am I? Your choices are Police Academy, Dirty Harry, Beverly Hills Cop, or Mad Max. Again, your choices: Police Academy, Dirty Harry, Beverly Hills Cop, Mad Max. Go ahead, punk. Pick the right movie. That's your clue.
You're calling our listeners punks?
No.
Oh.
No. I'm just trying to give them an extra hint.
Okay.
All right. Number to call is 872-2801.
Is pain keeping you from doing what you love? If your neck, shoulders, back, or knees are preventing you from feeling your best, it's time to take action. Whether you've had it for years or it's due to a recent injury, you don't have to live with the pain. Pearson Physical Therapy of Broken Bow offers personalized treatments and flexible appointments that work around your busy schedule. Call Pearson Physical Therapy at 872-5800 or visit us on the web at pearsonpt.com. The treatment you need, the care you deserve.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Universal Insurance in Broken Bow today at uia-brokenbow.com.
We have Todd on the line. Good morning, Todd.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Really good.
Good. Are you ready to answer this question?
Go ahead, make my day.
All right. We're going to try to, partner. What's 1971 movie are we talking about? Was it Police Academy, Dirty Harry, Beverly Hills Cop, or Mad Max?
Dirty Harry.
Yeah, you got it. Dirty Harry with Clint Eastwood. And we are going to make your day. Hey, do you like pizza?
Sure.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you a token for a free personal pan pizza, one topping at Pizza Hut in Broken Bow. So just swing on out and see us when you can.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
Hey,
Todd.
thanks, Todd.
Take care.
You too.
All right. 7:43 is your time. Time for music. Music from Whiskey Myers here on The Breakfast Show. Birthdays, a couple birthdays we want to mention here that we're aware of. And I think these two ladies look a lot alike.
Okay.
One's just a lot older
this,
than the other.
Is this on the local or national level?
Both.
Oh. Okay.
Sally Fields.
Sally Fields, yes, tremendous actress.
Celebrating her 74th birthday.
Really?
Yep. She won her first Oscar for a role as the union activist Norma Ray, which was a very good film. And she's been in a lot of others, and she was kind of a girlfriend of
Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Yep, they did that show together. The other birthday that we're aware of, and there's many others, if you're having a birthday today, happy birthday to you, but Jana Coons is celebrating her birthday. And I think she looks a lot like Sally Field.
Really?
Yeah. Don't you? I mean, if she dyed her hair dark,
yeah, sure. Yeah.
She'd look a lot like Sally.
Yeah.
And she's very talented as well.
Uh-huh. Good friend. Worked here for a few years.
Yep. Part of the team here.
Happy birthday, Jana.
One of our alumni. Happy birthday,
Yeah,
Jana
one
Banana.
of our alumni. That's one way to put it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Political news. I know you need to get some political news. Want to get that on there right away.
Well, yeah, I don't. Have we had any of that this week?
There's some news
so.
out there about politics. We don't normally dabble in that here on The Breakfast Show. Try to avoid that.
Which is probably good.
Well, yeah, it's safer bet, that's for sure these days. If I can find my political news, I marked it off here, special. Maybe somebody has taken my political news.
Oh, no.
There's a effort to detour me from reading political news. Oh,
Maybe
no.
it got lost in the mail.
It might have got, maybe, one of the things that, without getting into this very far, I think some people might be confused. Just so you know, some of the commentators call it mail ballots. That doesn't mean a man. That means they're in the mail.
Oh, okay.
Mail ballots.
Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, I wanted to get you straightened out on that one.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I feel very confident. Somebody has skewed my political news here this morning. It's not available as I'd planned. It was here. Oh, wait, here it is.
Did you find it? Okay, good.
Somebody didn't take it. Okay. Today, November 6th, 64 years ago today, President Dwight D. Eisenhower was reelected, defeating Adlai Stevenson. That was 1956. 36 years ago today, doesn't seem that long ago, but 36 years ago today, President Reagan won re-election by a landslide over Walter Mondale.
Trivia question.
Yes.
What was the only state that year that President Reagan did not win?
I believe it was Walter State, wasn't it?
I don't know. It was Minnesota, wasn't it? Was that his state? I think it was Minnesota.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
I hope I'm right on that. I think I am. But I think there was only one state that he did not carry.
I wonder.
Year.
Yeah, I think that was about the way it was when McGovern got beat too. I don't even think he carried his own state. Okay, enough political news. Hey,
yeah, there you go.
Turkey time is underway.
Oh my goodness, really? It's that time already?
Yep, had our first call in this morning over on KCNI. Judy called in. Let's see, she guessed 2 shots and it was only 1. So there's still plenty of turkeys left. We'll play Turkey Time today on KBBN as well, on both our radio stations off and on. And we'll try to squeeze one in during the breakfast show this morning if we
good.
can.
All right.
So we'll get to that.
Like that.
7:51 is your time. Our guest list today includes Rick Nelson. No, not the singer, the manager at Custer Public Power. And we're going to visit with him via Skype at 8:30 today.
I'd like to hear Rick sing Mary Lou.
Garden Party would be good, too. All right. And we also are going to be visiting with Joan at Mid-Plains Community College this morning about some things that she has to offer you in the way of educational activities.
Good.
So I'm a little upset with the staff here. I just want to get it off my chest.
Okay. Was this while I was here this week or gone?
Well,
Did this happen
it was
while I was gone?
yesterday. I think
good.
you
I
might-
wasn't here then.
you might have been back when I made the comment because you got back in your office. So I'm not sure because I was doing some work out back, kind of tidying up the generator shack. It's that time of year where you want to make sure everything works.
Sure.
And, move some stuff around. And Jeremy was taking time out of his day and creating a new sign that we're going to put up out front, hopefully sometime next week. And, I just said when I was standing in the lobby there, I was tired. Just being out there in the sun and moving stuff around. I said, I'm getting old. I must be getting old.
All right.
And
I don't think I heard you. I must not have been here.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you say that.
And there was no comment. It was like,
Oh, it was just silence.
well, it was like, duh. What do you think? There was no.
So instead of saying, "Oh, Dave, no, you're not that old.
Yeah.
You're doing just fine. Maybe slowing down a bit, but
Yeah.
you're not old." No kind of affirmation like that.
No,
It
no.
was just complete silence.
Yeah, they didn't even respond.
Wow.
So how
How did that make you feel?
Well, in my heart, I heard this duh. Do want to remind you of a couple of things here this morning. We're going to be giving away another raffle ticket to the veterans. We're going to have a soup supper as usual this year, but due to COVID, they are not. So instead, they're selling raffle tickets for your chance to win either $100, $300, or a $500 gift card to the grocery cart in Broken Bow. The drawing will be held on Veterans Day, November 11th. You can purchase your tickets now at Culligan here in Broken Bow. One for $5, five for $20. Then on Veterans Day, they'll open up the Veterans Building all day long, so you can stop by from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. to purchase tickets, with the drawing to be held that night. And the proceeds go to help maintain the Veterans Building itself and, of course, other programs that they do. One other thing real quick, Custer County Treasurer's Office want to let you know they will be closed through November 16th, actually until Monday, November 16th, due to staff members testing positive for COVID-19. The office will not be open during regular courthouse hours to help minimize the exposure to the public and other employees. Details on their expanded services online are available on a story at sandalsexpress.com. You might check out their website as well. And let's see here, the Prairie Pioneer Center, they hope to reopen November 9th and start serving meals again, but they will not have meals until then. Yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? Doesn't matter. We had Tina in, Tina Hurt, who let everybody know about the food bank that will be here in Broken Bow tomorrow over at the Berean Bible Church's parking lot. And you can start going out there in the 9 o'clock hour and get your car in line, because you don't need to get out of your car. I had a call yesterday evening or afternoon from a very nice lady who says, I want to pick something up for my son who is disabled. Mm-hmm. That's perfectly fine.
Yes.
They don't have any income restrictions or anything like that. And if you know of somebody that needs some food, this is a great way to do it. And as you ask, Brent, the folks want you to come and take advantage of this, take this food home or take it to somebody else in need, because if we keep using it, they'll keep coming back.
Yes, yeah, good point. The goal is to give all the food away, because that's how they get the truck to keep coming back time and time again. So, take advantage of that. That'll be tomorrow morning. I think that they start serving at 9:30. They do ask that you really not show up and start getting in line until after 9 o'clock at least, because they have to unload the truck, and then the truck has to find its way out before they start serving. So,
all right. News right after these words.
In the morning, you are awakened by the twitter of a little bird.
No, it's Dave and Brent.
I knew there was a reason I got out of bed this morning.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
Send request split. Bruning Bank is proud to now offer Zelle as a solution to send funds electronically. Perfect for splitting rent or the dinner bill. Access Zelle through Bruning Bank's free app or online banking platform. Getting started is quick and easy. Zelle has replaced pot money. Visit bruningbank.com to learn more about switching or signing up for Zelle. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
At the Secret Garden, some secrets just can't be kept. Visit them this Saturday. They'll be open from 8:30 until 4:30. As we head into the holiday shopping season, they want to urge you to shop early, shop local, and save. Start off with tasty $5 lunches and make sure that you register for cool cash. It's all at the Secret Garden this Saturday, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north. The Secret Garden.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News special report. The waiting is difficult as the ballot counting continues.
I am absolutely in a state of high anxiety.
That voter in Pennsylvania, where 95% of the vote has been counted, and in Georgia, it's down to the wire. CBS's Anthony Salvanto.
Overnight, as we were watching the counts come in, we saw Joe Biden take a very, very slight lead, only about 1,000 votes ahead of President Trump.
The Trump campaign continues threatening legal action. University of Iowa law professor Delek Moore.
The question is, what kind of evidence does the campaign have? They file the lawsuit, and then you show up in court and have to show the evidence. And unfortunately for the Trump campaign, right now, the evidence is just not there of any kind of systematic fraud.
We're still waiting for the results from Arizona, Nevada, and North Carolina as well. Biden has 253 electoral votes to President Trump's 213. CBS News Special Report. I'm Cammie McCormick.
Gavin Higgins with you, and here is a look at state news. 2 people died in a fiery crash early Thursday on a Lincoln street, according to police. The Lincoln Journal-Star reported that the wreck happened just before 2 a.m. along South 27th Street when a car went out of control and crashed into a tree. A police spokeswoman, Officer Aaron Spilker, said 2 officers who have arrived on the scene shortly after the crash tried to pull the people from the car, but the flames forced the officers back. The officers were later treated for injuries, including cuts to their hands they received during their efforts. Residents in the neighborhood and a passerby used garden hoses and a fire extinguisher until firefighters arrived to douse the flames. The victims had already died by the time first responders could get into the crashed car. Police did not immediately release the names of the 2 people killed. Spilker said video obtained in the neighborhood showed the car had been traveling south at a high rate of speed when the driver lost control. A judge has pulled a state probation office in southeastern Nebraska from a high-profile murder case after a staff member commented on the defendant in a social media post. The judge on Wednesday recused the office from preparing a pre-sentencing report on 26-year-old Bailey Boswell, who was found guilty last month of first-degree murder and other counts in the 2017 dismemberment killing of 24-year-old Sidney Loof of Lincoln. The decision was made after a probation office staff member posted on social media following Boswell's conviction that there should be, quote, full justice for Sidney, dismember Bailey the same way Sidney was. The staff member is no longer employed by the probation office, according to officials. A probation officer from another part of the state will prepare Boswell's report. Such reports include a defendant's background and criminal history and is used by the court to help determine sentencing. Boswell faces a possible death sentence. Investigators say Boswell arranged a date with Loof through the dating app Tinder for November 15, 2017. The same day, officials say Loof was killed by Boswell and co-defendant Aubrey Trail. Loof's remains were not found until December 4th when her dismembered body was found stuffed into garbage bags that had been dumped in a field in rural southern Nebraska.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
Week 9 in the NFL kicked off with a Thursday night game in Santa Clara with the Packers easily beating the shorthanded 49ers 34-17. Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers completed 25 of 31 passes for 305 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. With the win, Green Bay improves to 6-2, while San Francisco falls to 4-5 with the loss. The Houston Texans closed their practice facility Thursday morning and placed linebackers Jacob Martin, Whitney Marsalis, and Dylan Cole on the COVID list. They'll miss the Texans game in Jacksonville on Sunday. The Chicago Bears also closed their facility after having a third player this week test positive. They are still scheduled to play in Tennessee against the Titans. And the Kansas City Chiefs play standout defensive lineman Chris Jones on the COVID list. He'll miss their home game against the Panthers. College football news: Saturday's Pac-12 opener between Cal and Washington has been canceled due to a Cal player testing positive for COVID. On the field, a couple of Mountain West Conference games. Nevada rolls over Utah State 34-9. Colorado State beat Wyoming 34-24.
Here's your weatherology forecast. High temperatures working up into the upper 70s for today. We'll see lots of sunshine. Winds becoming breezy from the south, increasing to 15 to 25. Then for tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 52. Still on the breezy side into your upcoming weekend. Saturday's highs reaching 74 with mostly sunny skies. And even into your Sunday, good deal of sunshine in the upper 60s. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Hi, I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Janet Lawhorn. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office on the north side of the square in Broken Bow. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
46 degrees outside under a clear sky. winds are not a factor yet. Barometric pressure now rise at 30.00, humidity at 52%. Our high yesterday, 77, with an overnight low of 46. Sunset today at 5:28. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:17. We do want to kind of mention here this morning, too, we're not preaching. We're not on our soapbox here. We're just asking you to be careful the next few days, actually the next couple of days, because the winds are going to be a huge factor on Saturday, Sunday, and it is very dry out there. So keep that thought in mind. And then maybe going into Monday, we'll have a little bit of wet stuff to kind of soak up a little bit. But it's going to be pretty brittle this weekend. And there's still some corn picking going on out there. Kind of be careful for those trucks they're hauling yet. So let's kind of keep the wind in mind and those big trucks hauling everything everywhere. And we'll get along fine. Now, Brent.
Dave.
Have you ever heard or read where dogs are used with patients who have what do I want to call it? Not strokes, but it's not coming to me now. Seizures. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, seizures. That there's dogs that have been known to be able to detect the seizure before it actually happens, that they sense that, and so those folks have that dog to kind of give them an alert that one's coming, which is amazing to me.
Yeah, I think I have heard something about that, actually.
Yeah. Well, now they are starting to study. This sounds like weird science, but hopefully it's true. Dogs can sniff out COVID faster than nasal swabs.
Really?
According to a study in Finland, they say dogs can detect COVID faster than the nasal swabs and more accurately. The study says dogs were able to detect it in people who tested negative but came down with symptoms a couple days later. So they actually were better than the test. They think that means dogs can detect COVID at the very beginning of the infection, something that tests can't do. If that's true, that's amazing.
I wonder how the dog reacts.
That I don't know. I don't know how they would be trained to let you know that they detect it. Is a curious question. Yeah.
Interesting.
They're pretty amazing, and they're always nice, and most dogs will love you even if you're a jerk.
Mm-hmm. Even if you get kind of disgusted with them, they're quick to forgive you. That's what I like.
Yeah. They don't hold a grudge.
Yeah, right, exactly.
At all. I don't know how time works for a dog, but it seems to be able to slip by them pretty quickly and forget about what just happened. But that's an amazing story. I hope that's true.
Interesting for sure.
And if they could figure that out, how that dog can detect that, we know that somewhere down the line there'll be another virus that comes along that could be detected. I don't know. That's pretty amazing. I think sometimes animals are much, much smarter than people.
Yeah.
You were wrong. You were right.
All right, it's 8:14. We have Joan on the line from Mid-Plains Community College. Good morning, Joan. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good.
Good. Now, did you go down to Texas a while back home?
I did. I was back home a couple of weeks ago, and it was whenever that snowstorm came through. We drove through part of it driving back on Monday.
Oh, did you? Was there snow in Texas, or did you just run into it outside of Texas?
Oh, no, it wouldn't snow in Texas until like maybe February, if they get lucky. We hit it whenever we were in Oklahoma to about Wichita.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're glad you're home safe here and glad you got to go home. It's always nice to see family and friends. Talk a little bit about what you want to highlight here this morning concerning Mid-Plains Community College.
So we have a couple of community education classes coming up for the month of November. They are all kind of fun, crafty classes, and they would make great Christmas gifts for everyone that's starting to get into that Christmas mentality. We have a sneaker marbling class coming up on Tuesday, November 17th from 4:30 until 6 p.m. It is $39 a person. And with this one, it is where Rose Maple will have you design and put your paint on, I believe it's water, and then you'll dip your sneakers in, and it'll have this cool kind of marbled effect. You get to take your shoes home with you from the class, and it's kid-friendly, so if that sounds like something that would be fun for your kiddos to do, come on out. We'd love to have you. And then on November 17th, that same day, we are also having a scarf marbling, where it'll be the same kind of concept. She'll have a big, I believe it's a big tank of water, and you'll put your paint in, draw whatever your cool marbly designs are, and then you'll dip your 100% silk scarf in, and then hang it on the drying rack, and you'll get to wear your scarf home.
Well, that's one that would really be a good gift, too, if you wanted to go that direction.
Yeah, I think that it would be a perfect gift for my grandmother-in-law, so my husband's grandma. She loves scarves, so we think that would be the perfect gift for her. And I could even see my mom or maybe like an aunt or a sister or someone like that would really like a handmade, hand-dyed scarf for the holiday season.
That sounds great. Do you know, have you seen this done before, how many different colors are blended?
I have not seen it before, but the pictures that Rose has sent me and shown me, I mean, it could be, she has blues and pinks and greens and oranges and yellows, so it could be, I mean,
anything,
kind of, you could have like a cool rainbow effect, or you could stick more with like blues and have kind of a watercolor look. I mean, she'll go over everything with you in the class and kind of help you pick out what colors would probably go best with what, and work with you to get a really nice final marble pattern.
That sounds great. That's coming up when again?
Tuesday, November 17th.
Okay. All right. What else you have?
I have also got a barn quilt workshop, which is super popular up here. Rose is back in town on Saturday, November 21st. So I believe that's the Saturday before Thanksgiving, from 1 to 4 p.m., and she does full-size barn quilts, so you could do a 2-foot, 3-foot, or 4-foot square, and all you need to bring for this class is yellow frog tape, a hairdryer, and an extension cord. Rose provides everything else for you.
That sounds fun, too.
Yep, and then that's all I've got for pretty much 2020. I am working on my 2021 spring semester, kind of winter and spring community education schedule. So if there is anyone out there listening that has a hobby, or they're really interested in any kind of craft, or they're really into history, or you got an air fryer and you just love it and you want to tell people all about it, I would love to have them teach a class on it out here at the college. So all they would have to do is call me, and we can work out kind of what they're thinking they'd want to do, and we could set up prices and dates and times and just get some cool new classes out here for the community.
Okay. And, Joan, I would think with, the COVID-19 situation, these are things that could really be a release, a change of pace, something you could do, take home and do in your home, and maybe get started at a hobby or a project out of some of these things. So if people have those thoughts, maybe we're hoping things will get better after the first of the year. We don't know that. We know the next couple of months it looks like we might be a little closer to home. If that's the case, wouldn't that be great to take that scarf project, for instance, and make a whole bunch at home?
Yes, I believe they could do that, and we have plenty of space out here at the college, so whenever we have classes, we do our best to make sure everyone is socially distanced, and then you have to wear a mask whenever you come into the main part of the building, but you're also welcome to wear a mask like in any of our classes if that makes you feel more comfortable.
Okay. Can they reach you at the number we just called?
Yes, at 872-5259, and they can also find us on Facebook, which is MPCC Broken Bow Campus.
All right, Joan, thanks so much. I'm glad that you were with us this morning to talk about those, and we'll be looking forward to seeing what's coming up in 2021.
Oh, yes.
All right. Thank you, Joan.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. A release for the mind.
Well said.
Something that you can enjoy and create. Crafts are wonderful that way. We just need a little nudge to get started, or maybe learn how to, do some of these things. And that's what Mid-Plains Community College likes to do. They have the classes that will get you credits. They have the classes that concern college and all of those sorts of things. But they have these kind of classes that are just healthy for people and fun. And you'll get to learn a new skill.
Yeah, well said.
Okay, very good. We are The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN. This time of year, it warms up once in a while, gets cool, and then it just gets cold. Cooler weather will arrive here in central Nebraska. Good thing Bo Bootery has things to keep you warm. Come shop boots, snow boots, Glad Rag silk scarves, Nordic wraps, socks, tights, and leggings, and slippers. They'd love to help you find the right thing. It's never too early for stocking stuffers either. Come visit them on the square in Broken Bow. Bo Bootery, your home-owned shoe store in Broken Bow, Nebraska.
T-Mobile for Business knows saving time and money is important for your business. That's why we're introducing Microsoft 365 on us, now included in our best business plans. With Office apps, Microsoft Teams, cloud storage, and more, Microsoft 365 on us gives you the tools you need to run your business. Stop by a T-Mobile store today. Qualifying plan required. Contactless to activate. 1 license per line, max 2 per account. Third-party terms apply. See T-Mobile.com for plan details.
We have a special message from Dell. They're offering you massive discounts on the best XPS and Alienware computers with Intel Core processors for Black Friday. You're getting early access to a curated selection of premium tech like Samsung TVs. Plus, there's free shipping on everything. Yes, everything. Whether it's for work, school, or fun, Dell has you covered. Call 800-BY-DELL or go to Dell.com/Black Friday for up to $400 off. That's 800-BY-DELL.
It's time again for a KCNI KBBN tradition, Turkey Time. This year, you'll have a chance to win a frozen turkey on both KCNI and KBBN. Here's how it works. Listen for your cue to call. Then, your DJ will have you guess how many shots it will take to bag your bird. If you guess correctly, you'll hear,
"Oh, you got me!"
And you can come and see us to get your certificate. 1 turkey per household, please. Turkey Time on KCNI 96.3 FM and 1280 AM, as well as 95.3 FM, The Thunderbird.
Well, earlier this week, we called Stan at the Whiskey Barrel because it was his birthday, a pretty major birthday.
Yeah.
He's now able to be on Medicare. And he sounded like he was a little frustrated about that, but other than that, things were good. And I did enjoy calling on his birthday. He's going strong. He has a great staff there at the Whiskey Barrel in Broken Bow. And I'm very dedicated to just saying this. You won't find a nicer store in any business than the Whiskey Barrel as far as neat, clean, well lit, good service, and fairly priced products. That's all Stan really is about, is straight up. Let's do some business. Let's not worry too much about me trying to get more money out of my products than you'll pay for any that product anywhere else. Plus, again, of course, maybe as important, with purchase, you get free advice and ice. And don't worry, Stan will let you know where you stand, and your question will be answered whether you like it or not. And they're open 7 days a week. He's got great people working for him. And we are going into the holiday season, so if there's some bubbly or wines or something that you're thinking about having with your meals, Thanksgiving coming up, talk to Stan about it right now, because if he doesn't have it, he may be able to get that for you if you have a particular flavor you like to go along with that turkey and dressing or that Christmas dinner. And so give a little heads up there at Whiskey Barrel. They'll take care of you here in Broken Bow, Nebraska. We're going to be getting a hold of Rick Nelson this morning via Skype. That's coming up. In the meantime, Blackberry Smoke, best seat in the house. and looking really comfortable and dapper, by the way. Rick Nelson, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How about you, Dave?
We're good. We're good. I love that suit coat on the screen. It looks great. Folks, if you're watching Facebook Live, you're going to see a dynamite suit coat there. Way to go, Rick.
Well, appreciate it. Thank you. It's all about you, Dave. Well, maybe it's more about brand, but don't tell them.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got his new haircut on. I wish you could see it.
I wish I could, too.
It's dapper, too.
Well, does it look a whole lot like mine or not?
Yours is a little closer than Brent's.
Hey, Rick.
Yes.
What's up?
What's up? Yeah.
Sorry.
By the way, we're visiting with Rick Nelson, who heads up Custer Public Power, one of the few publicly owned electrical distributors in the world.
Wow.
Yeah, in the world.
In the world. So how you guys doing today? What's troubling you this morning?
Oh, wow. What's troubling us? Oh, my goodness. It's like psychiatrist Rick with us here this morning.
I thought we'd get into a little therapy today.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, you're the best.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I do have a question for you. Here we are in November. Do your guys that go out and work on the lines and stuff, how have they enjoyed this week?
Oh, boy, I tell you what, this is a great week to get some work done. Everybody feels good. They feel chipper. They're just out, in fact, working on some underground today, which, we still do until late fall, but having days like today and all this week, actually, it's a whole lot easier to put underground in than it is when it's about 30 degrees. So, but they're out enjoying the weather today, you might say.
Well, it's a good day to get some of that done. It is going to cool off a little over the weekend, maybe get a little bit of moisture in the way of rain and or snow first of next week. A lot of the harvesting is being completed. I would think everybody's kind of trying to finish up who aren't done yet. What does that bring to Custer Public Power once these fields are cleared and so forth, if there's projects? I know you guys always want a heads up in the spring to make sure everything's okay for pivots. They're moving cattle onto corn and using some electrical works for water and so forth. Kind of give us an overview where you're at, what you'd like to be working with farmers and ranchers right now, or if there's any projects that are imminent out there.
Well, there's a couple of projects that we want to wait until the crops get out. It just doesn't make any sense for us to go up and do it, and so we've held off on a couple. I think there's one up by Victoria Springs, maybe up by Gates. A tree bypass that we're trying to work on. So there's a couple of projects that we're waiting on the crops to get out. Just better for us, better for the farmers. So that's certainly something that we like to do, is just hold off till that's done. Yeah. So moving cows around, getting them on some corn stalks maybe. There's not a whole lot that we do. Sometimes we'll get some phone calls about a stock wall not working. That of course they haven't been there for all summer, but so that's from a crop out perspective, we just kind of relax and we get those projects done that we needed to get done in the field. No. And that's about it. I'm just hoping everybody's enjoying this weather, getting the crops out. I know I talked to a couple of directors today that they're working on finishing up today or tomorrow, and makes for a better feeling when those crops get out. So
All right. Can we look back at this growing season, because Custer Public Power is a big part of the menu here to get these crops growing and going. We have your guys out there that are selling and maintaining the pivots and so forth. But I'm curious as to how this season compares with usage. Maybe in the past few, we've had some pretty erratic weather. What was this summer like for growing season for demand?
Well, from our perspective, this season was just about average. Might even still be a little bit below average, but certainly 18 and 19 were way off from a usage standpoint, from a kilowatt hours sales standpoint. But that doesn't really bother us. We have everything set up to where we need to, and so we came through 2020. I think just about average, right on budget. Maybe just a tad bit over. But if there's ever a normal year from an electric usage standpoint, this was probably it.
Okay.
And so things performed well. I don't think we have any real issues coming out of the summertime loading that we need to address. This is always a good time of year coming off of that. We know where things kind of were held together, and then we go out and we're able to take an outage and fix it without causing a whole lot of problems. But this year, I think we're sitting pretty good. We're just spending this time trying to get the odds and ends finished up before the end of the year. We've got some projects we need to do. But from a loading summer usage standpoint, we're about right on par. So it was a good year. Of course, any year that we see farmers get the crops out of the ground is a good year. So
yeah. So what about preparing for winter? I know that you'll probably want to run through some of the things that will help if we get into some winter storms where we have some outages. We don't even really like to think about that, but I'm thinking about people who maybe been thinking about getting a generator hooked up to their farm or ranch, either their home or a facility that has livestock and so forth. The window's open right now. I'm not sure how much longer that stays open, but I'm sure you'd like them to visit with you about it if they're going to hook up a generator.
Absolutely, and we'll take those phone calls anytime. It's going to take a permit. It's going to take an electrician to get that accomplished. But we'll do what we have to make sure that those are connected properly, because we just had a meeting yesterday from a statewide perspective talking about interconnections and about backup generation, and so anytime we can make sure that that's done correctly helps us, because if somebody has a backup generator on and it's not wired correctly and it comes back onto the system, it doesn't matter whether we have it energized or they have it energized. It's still 7,200 volts phase to phase. So it's a danger to us if it's not going through a double throw and it's not connected properly. So although we take measures to make sure that we're protecting ourselves, we would like to assume that there isn't any other energized source coming onto the system if we have it disconnected. So always important. And like I said, Dave, moving into this fall and winter weather pattern, now's a good time to get that accomplished. So.
All right. Well, we'll ask you a little bit later on. I'm sure you had something specific you wanted to talk about, but we're kind of curious after the activities that took place over in Arnold with the technology advancements there. Kind of review that for us, if you would, and tell us what the reaction has been.
We've had great reaction. I haven't specifically talked to Julie about numbers or who's been calling, but I know I always take 2 or 3 or 4 phone calls after a radio show like that, just wanting people wanting to get connected. And it doesn't matter whether you're a mile outside of Broken Bow or out in the middle of Sandhills. We're still getting those phone calls, and that was a pretty exciting day for us for Custer Power in Arnold. That was we thoroughly enjoy having the opportunity to get our customers and our service territory connected. I know I'm probably a little remiss that I didn't. We don't serve the Village Arnold. They have a different wholesale supplier, but it's all within our service territory, and that really doesn't matter to me. I just don't want to step on any toes if we don't actually serve Arnold. But they're all customers, and they're all our friends and neighbors and family. So we want everybody connected that can get connected. I didn't make it to the field demonstrations. I'm hearing that went extremely well. Wi-Fi on the farm is certainly was demonstrated. So it's exciting stuff. We're sensors, put sensors in cows and sensors in pigs and sensors in the field, and there's just a lot of things that are going to be opening up and ready to go. I know Page Wireless, which by the way is spelled Paige, not the page you turn, but the
right.
They are gearing up and just ready to roll on a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's going to start rolling pretty quick, and I'm extremely excited to get it out and get it working. So
all right. Well, people can go online to Page Wireless, Paige, and find out more about how this technology advancement will work for their particular application: farming, ranching, field work, livestock production, and then there's also some benefits to the residential side in the country as well. And I know that you should also be thanked for working with Page Wireless and also working with Great Plains Communication to get fiber to your towers and to get that spider web out there to make this work. It wouldn't have happened if you wouldn't have been cooperating with lots of different entities there.
Right, and just as a reminder, we are getting. We are entering a time frame where technology is advancing, and in order to use that technology, we need to realize some more real-time data. So that's one of the reasons why we're out getting into our substations and towers with fiber. It's creates an opportunity for us. So one of the side benefits of that is somebody like Page, and I think it's Big Red, or actually the cooperative, and Great Plains has been a partner with us to get that accomplished, and so has Nebraska Central Telephone and Consolidated. So they're all kind of, we're in this together, and we're trying to get as much done as possible. And to tell you the truth, there's a lot of fiber going into the ground. We have been doing one calls all summer long. So I know that there's fiber going to where there hasn't been fiber before, and so that's a positive thing as well. But from Custer's perspective, we need that from a real-time analysis, so that our substations can talk together and evaluate load and evaluate voltage, so that we can operate our system more efficiently. we've always had that discussion about the if you pour a Coke or you pour beer into a glass, that foam on the top is losses. And so anytime we can do something that reduces those losses long term, saves Custer bunches of money. So that's kind of what we're doing, and that's what led us into, and I'll bring this all back around, getting the fiber into substations and towers to provide that. So once again, the side benefit is, somebody like Page Wireless being able to connect to that and still give the traffic to Great Plains and Consolidated and NCTC. So,
yeah, I think it's clear that this is something you wanted to do to make sure that you're saving all the money that you can for your customers, and then you are able to or willing to work with those other folks. They were willing to work with you, and it benefits other people outside of Custer Public Power's needs as well. So that's pretty good story. I know you're pretty proud of that, and you should be. And I think more to come, I think, is probably the last thing to say there. It's not over yet.
No, but it's a great example of a private-public partnership, and you're going to see that kind of language coming out of Lincoln more and more. I just think that what we've shown in central Nebraska is a shining example for the rest of the state, and I'm just excited to be a part of it and kind of set the tone for where everybody else should be. That's kind of like being that on that side of that equation, you might say.
All right, very good. So we've talked about several different things. Did you have another subject that you wanted to talk about today that we're not aware of?
I always do.
I know.
I'm glad it took us 20 minutes to get into that, but no, I'm kidding. So had a board meeting last week. It went extremely well. We talked about budgets, talked about rates. We are hopefully every customer of Custer Public Power has seen a little negative on their bill every time they got it this year. Every month, it's a PCA, which PCA stands for Production Cost Adjustment. In years past, and this has been many years ago, that's been a adder. So that's been something that we needed to recoup for NPPD because of some issue. Now we're on the opposite side of that, and they have more margins than what they need. And, that's a couple of factors. That's NPPD operating their organization better. That's a factor of the market. And so that money is coming back, and it's coming back to Custer, and we've elected to go ahead and pass that back to the customer. And so that's been a negative on the bill. All of our Custer Power customers will see that same negative in 2021, and possibly a little bit more. And so we've got a pretty good chunk of money coming back. And, we're hoping to pass much of that, if not all of it, back to the customer as we move forward through 2021. So that's a positive on the rate side. Still running some last minute numbers on revenue and evaluating where we are in 2020. But things look good for 2021. So that's kind of the message we shared at the board meeting last week, along with the 5-year plan. That's modest. It's not extravagant. We are focusing again on some areas where we need to rebuild some line. Next year will be year 2 of copper replacement. And so we're out replacing a bunch of copper. I think that's going to be primarily in the Holmont area, out towards Westerville and Weiser, in that kind of area. So that's a 5-year plan. We also gave an update on where we're at with the Sandhills project, the Sandhills conversion between Dunning and Seneca. We've got 2 contractors that are probably moving on site as we speak. They probably have, I think, have been there maybe most of this week. I'm talking to the guys. I know we're getting a bunch of poles coming in to Section A. We're getting some other material showing up here today and into next week. Next week's going to be kind of the week when everything starts showing up and landing in that area. Like I said, we have 2 contractors, so we updated the board on where we're at, what that looks like for a schedule. So that's pretty positive. Other than that, it was a great board meeting. Lots of information going back and forth. We also are currently closing on about. We'll probably close next week. We did a bond issue, and let me see. We budgeted for a bond issue in 2020. We took the opportunity, and so we ended up in pretty good shape. And so we got some bonds sold and finishing up the paperwork on that today. And so that was about it for a board meeting.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit about, I know that, I don't know if you have heard, but we just had an election this week, election process. I guess it's still going on in the national scene, but you did have some voting centered around Custer Public Power, and
right.
And I thought maybe you might want to touch on that.
Right. So we had this year we had 2 directors up for re-election, and they both ran unopposed, and so they were both re-elected to the board. They'll be sworn in January. Both Brad Bartok and Wayne Licking.
Right.
Wayne's up from he's up from the Thetford area. So both him and Brad Bartok got reelected. So we'll be welcoming them back for another 6-year term. So pretty uneventful from an election standpoint.
Yeah, it's the first time, Rick, we haven't had election results on the night of the election because there were a lot of unopposed situations. Some of that was determined in the primaries. And so, yeah, it was kind of strange with all the other activity that's still being worked on. Now, will you have elections for board members midterm then, coming up in 2 years?
Yeah, so we have elections every 2 years.
Okay.
I think the next go around is three directors, and then after that there's 2 more directors. So total of 7 directors, and every 2 years somebody's running for a seat. So that's correct.
You know, I think you already know this, but maybe we could highlight this to the listeners out there. In a lot of cases, whatever the goal is for a company, in your case, a publicly owned company, the board is super important, but you don't hear too much about them other than when you talk about what took place at the board meetings. But if you have a progressive board who is watching the expenditures and all of that, that I would imagine that makes your job more enjoyable than it could be.
Oh, absolutely. So, I've been in this position for 17 years now. And so having a board is a blessing. And so having 7 members on the board, it's a from their fiduciary responsibility, they have to realize what that fiduciary responsibility is, and that's to all the customers out there. And I've been blessed my entire time to have directors who follow through with that, and have been very. It doesn't matter whether they ask a lot of questions or they don't. We still try to give them, all the information. And one of the reasons I talk about the board and the board meetings on the radio is to give everybody an insight into what we're doing. And I think it's part of transparency from Custer Power's perspective. I think it's an opportunity for me to talk about what's going on in the boardroom, and I know the directors thoroughly enjoy that, and look for my radio shows after a board meeting to hear what's going on. Well, they know what's going on, but to have everybody else kind of know what's going on. So,
all right, very good. Well, we're getting towards the end of the show. I did want to ask you, and I want to end it on a down note, but our COVID numbers are up in Nebraska and here in our district. We're actually screwing things back down a little bit here at the studios right now till we see if we can kind of get another handle on this. You guys have been pretty much steady all along on the safety side for COVID. Where do you stand right now?
Right. So we're still operating as we did back in March. We are staying separate. We are keeping ourselves in I hate to say it, but little pods. So the one construction crew mingles with one construction crew, and everybody watches out for everybody else, and that's kind of they take that home with them, and we try to adhere to that. If we've got we're still quarantine individuals, we follow the health measures and recommendations from the health department. So Luke Basin's been a big help for us, in determining what's going on and how we're reacting to outside influences, you might say.
Mm-hmm.
So we're following all the rules as well. We're also trying to keep ourselves isolated. One of our concerns is we have a lot of people coming over or coming into the front office. They just enjoy coming in and paying their bill. I don't know why, but they do.
Well,
and so that's we don't want to take that away from them. We did for a while back in March and April, and open that up. I think in that May-June timeframe, closer to June timeframe. But we need to also kind of control the activity that happens within the office. So we're trying to put up measures that actually control that. So, but from a COVID perspective, we're doing what we need to do. The guys are still out putting in overhead and underground. They're still fixing security lights, outages. We're trying to cover bases where it might be. For a while, in the last couple of weeks, we've been a little thin in a couple of areas, so we apologize if we're not Johnny on the spot to get there and get it done. I know we certainly love being there just as soon as we can, but we're having to shift some things around and get people to different areas. So be patient with us. We're working through it just like everybody else is. So.
All right, Rick. Thanks so much for all the information, and we wish you a great weekend, and we look forward to talking to you soon. Appreciate it.
Sounds good.
All
Thanks.
right. You bet.
You bet. Bye.
All right, Rick Nelson, Custer Public Power, as they've had a board meeting. They've had lots of work going on out there with all this great weather, and that's good to hear, Brent.
It is, yep.
All right, it's 9 o'clock. We're going to take a quick time out, catch up on some news.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall. Now all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yeah, yeah, yeah. You've got a friend.
Sometimes life changes just like the seasons. Do you have the right accounts for where you're at in life? Call or stop by any NSB branch in Broken Bow, Myrna, or Callaway, and they'll be there. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC.
You've got a friend.
At the Secret Garden, some secrets just can't be kept. Visit them this Saturday. They'll be open from 8:30 until 4:30. As we head into the holiday shopping season, they want to urge you to shop early, shop local, and save. Start off with tasty $5 lunches and make sure that you register for cool cash. It's all at the Secret Garden this Saturday, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north. The Secret Garden.
Are you having a hard time getting moving after your surgery? Call Team Physical Therapy 872-5111. If you have recently undergone surgery to your knee, hip, shoulder, back, or wrist, or having trouble doing the things you love, call Team Physical Therapy 872-5111. With our highly trained staff in orthopedic rehabilitation, we are committed to getting you moving again. Call us at any of our locations close to you or check us out at myteampt.com. 872-5111.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News special report. We're getting some new numbers now in the presidential vote count, but the contests are close. Joe Biden is ahead of President Trump in Pennsylvania. KYW's Tim Jimenez.
Georgia and a 5,587 vote lead for Joe Biden over President Trump at the moment, according to the latest numbers here in Pennsylvania. A big part of this is Philadelphia, the latest batch of Philadelphia numbers.
The counting also continues in Georgia. There are just over 1,000 ballots still outstanding there. Biden is ahead by 1,100 votes. John Dickerson on what this means for the Biden camp.
Georgia and Pennsylvania are two very different places. He can claim, if the numbers stay where they go, I am up in two very different parts of the country, that his success is more broad.
Biden has 253 electoral votes to President Trump's 213. We're also still watching Arizona, Nevada, and North Carolina. CBS News Special Report, I'm Cammie McCormick.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Deb Carson.
Starting with breaking Major League Baseball news, the Red Sox have rehired Alex Cora as the team manager, according to Major League Baseball insider Jon Heyman. Boston had hired Cora, but then fired him for his part in the Astros sign-stealing scandal, but he has served his suspension and is now back as the Red Sox skipper. Angel star outfielder Mike Trout won his 8th Silver Slugger award on Thursday. Dodgers outfielder Mookie Betts and Twins DH Nelson Cruz each won his 4th Silver Slugger, and the Braves led all teams with 4 players winning the award. Breaking NFL news as well, the Falcons just announced they're closing the team facility today and working virtually after a staffer tested positive for COVID-19. Contact tracing is underway, and the Packers ripped the shorthanded 49ers 34-17 to kick off NFL Week 9. Aaron Rodgers threw for 305 yards and 4 touchdowns in the win.
Here's your weatherology forecast. High temperatures working up into the upper 70s for today. We'll see lots of sunshine. Winds becoming breezy from the south, increasing to 15 to 25. Then for tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 52. Still on the breezy side into your upcoming weekend. Saturday's highs reaching 74 with mostly sunny skies. And even into your Sunday, good deal of sunshine in the upper 60s. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm Staff Meteorologist Michael Carroll.
I'm Dr. Stork. Today, stronger immunity and better nutrition are more important than ever. That's why Eggland's Best gives you and your family more. Compared to ordinary eggs, Eggland's Best provides 6 times more vitamin D and 10 times more vitamin E, all helping you maintain a strong immune system and better overall health. Plus, you get all that farm fresh, delicious taste. These are no ordinary times, so why choose an ordinary egg? Only Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
T-Mobile for Business knows saving time and money is important for your business. That's why we're introducing Microsoft 365 on us, now included in our best business plans. With Office apps, Microsoft Teams, cloud storage, and more, Microsoft 365 on us gives you the tools you need to run your business. Stop by a T-Mobile store today. Qualifying plan required. Contact us to activate. 1 license per line, max 2 per account. Third-party terms apply. See T-Mobile.com for plan details.
9:05 is your time. Brent, we have Big Red football tomorrow as far as we know.
Yeah.
What time is the kickoff on that? Do you know?
11 o'clock in the morning.
All right, so we'll probably start pregame here around 9.
Yep, 9 o'clock.
On KBBN 95.3 FM. If you're going to be busy hunting or working or being outside, or you just like to listen to the guys call it from the Nebraska side of things, we'll have it for you on KBBN, courtesy of some great businesses. Which reminds me, before we close, we're going to thank all of our Sandhills Thedford football sponsors and video sponsors before we close today. Brent has some information he can pass along to you. We have a few things we want to cover this morning. What do you have for us, Brent?
Hey, Dave.
Yes.
Did you know what today is?
No.
It's National Nacho Day.
Nacho Day.
Yes, it is. And to celebrate National Nacho Day, they're going to do it in a big way at Taco John's across the nation, really, but certainly right here in Broken Bow. Popular quick service restaurant to give away a free side of chips and nacho cheese with a purchase today on National Nacho Day. Now, for those of you who are fans of Taco John's, you know that they are nacho average quick service restaurant. Like how I did that?
Oh, that's slick.
Don't let it be said that the announcers on the Get Up and Go breakfast show are not smart and witty. That's why Taco John's is hosting a bigger, bolder, and better National Nacho Day celebration. So today, the popular quick service restaurant is giving away a free side of chips and nacho cheese with a purchase. That is today from open to close, so you can olay the day by redeeming the bold offer in, now this is the key here, in their Taco John's app. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So, folks, you need to use the app in order to get this deal on National Nacho Day. Taco John's will give away a free side of chips and nacho cheese with a purchase to guests who sign up for the app or go to the app today. Again, this is today from open to close. Participating Taco John's locations nationwide. So if you don't have it already, load up the Taco John's app and enjoy National Nacho Day with a free side of chips and nacho cheese with a purchase at Taco John's today. Go to the app, take advantage of the deal, and olay the day.
Thank you, Brent, and thank you, Taco John's.
Now, every morning at Taco John's, we're serving up 2 bacon or sausage meat and potato breakfast burritos for just $5. This kind of value makes de-burritoing yourself from underneath your covers totally worth it. Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Music from Leroy. Enjoyed that. I hope you folks out there did too. We did have a caller was listening and agrees with the idea that we should be careful out there this time of year, watching out for truckloads of corn and all the other trucks that are on the road these days, cattle and so forth. There's just a lot of trucks around here. We got to be careful. But there is also something that we can only control with our caution, and that is deer.
Yes.
And you can run into a deer just about anywhere, folks. Last year, I got my deer crash right out on the corner here, just past Rod's Body and Anderson Auto coming to work.
Well, isn't that kind of ironic?
Yeah.
That it happens right by Rod's Body and Paint.
A couple repair shops there. Should have just drug it in. But, they pop up so quickly. Sometimes they actually run into you.
Yeah.
The headlights blind them. They're kind of like squirrels sometimes. They don't know which side of the road they want to be on at a certain point. And they're very fast, and they can surprise you. And remember, again, don't swerve too awfully much to avoid the collision, because there's been a lot of accidents over the years where people have swerved to avoid hitting a deer and ended up rolling their vehicle or ending up crashing in the ditch. So it's a reaction thing. It's a tough one, but we're into that season heavy now, and you drive every day to work, and people who drive for a living and folks who want to go somewhere and get back before dark so they don't have to worry about it. I mean, it's just that kind of a thing right now, so be very, very careful out there. Oh, let's see. Oh.
What are you doing? Oh! That's my cue. It's time to remind you that Gibbons Electric of Ansley does not monkey around when it comes to electricity. Nor should they, nor should you. Andy Gibbons will give you a free estimate on everything happening in regards to your project. Just give him a call today. He'll come out, take a look at some of the things that you might need done. You can visit about it, give you a free estimate. Can do just about, well, really anything, folks. Residential, commercial, agricultural, offering 15 years of experience and is eager to go to work for you. So give Andy a call today at 308-763-1193 is the number to call. Also check out their new website. It's up and running. It's simply WeDon'tMonkeyAround.com.
What did you say? We don't
monkey around, Dave.
And Andrew doesn't monkey around. He was just helping us out back here with our electric garage door opener that's supposed to open up when the generator comes on, and hasn't done that for a number of years. And Andy's fixing us up so that we don't have to worry about that this winter, and putting in a system for us that will work. He does a lot of that where he works on his full-time job, but he's picking up jobs like this one on the weekends and late afternoons and so forth when he's not working at his main job. And he doesn't monkey around, and he's a good guy.
Yep.
You'll enjoy doing business with him. Speaking of enjoying doing business, if I can get that out this morning, Ansley America has a store that you can go down and buy ladies' clothes, men's clothes, accessories, and much, much more. And they're having a kind of a poker run with some other boutiques in the area tomorrow, I think.
Yes, tomorrow is the big day. Livia's Boutique, it's been on Main Street, Ansley, for a year now. And they encourage you to come in and join them tomorrow, especially Saturday, November 7th. They'll be serving some coffee, hot chocolate, sangria, rolls, and appetizers. They've got some new items in, greeting cards by Leanin' Tree, Snap Up one-of-a-kind stocking stuffers and unique gift items. It's time to get into that Christmas shopping season. So here's a good day to go over and maybe start working on your Christmas list. Also, they have candles, room sprays, and car fresheners by Rustic Enigma, some of the new items that they've gotten in to Livia's Boutique to complement some of the clothing items that you just talked about. Also, they'll be taking 20% off store-wide. Now, some exclusions will apply, and this will run from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. at Livia's Boutique, Main Street, Ansley, tomorrow, Saturday, November 7th. And as you mentioned, they've paired up with Kelly at Old Town Boutique in Ravenna, along with some other great businesses, for a sip and shop hop of store specials. So take advantage of it. It'll be at 709 Main Street, Ansley, Nebraska. It'll be a big day tomorrow, so go on out and take advantage of it.
All right. Thank you very much, Brent. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
You're welcome so much. Oh, what do I hear?
The turkeys are loose in Custer County. Now here's your announcer to tell you which caller can play. Hello, I'm your announcer.
Yes, he is.
Be the second caller at 872-2801 and take a shot at a turkey, brought to you by Broken Bow Housing Authority.
A history of success means proven performance, but let's call performance what it is. Profitability. And boosting yours, no matter what the season brings, is the goal of DeKalb brand corn. Backed by exclusive genetics, whole farm solutions, and unmatched dealer support. Let nothing shake your perseverance. Ask your dealer how DeKalb brand corn can help you realize a future of performance. Always read and follow IRM where applicable, grain marketing, and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
The state of Nebraska is committed to helping local organizations through this difficult time. Reopened grants are available now to assist even more charitable organizations and centers of worship that have been impacted by COVID-19. Qualified applicants can be awarded funds for operating expenses and PPE. Funds will be distributed until they run out, and they do not need to be paid back. View requirements and apply by November 13th at coronavirus.nebraska.gov.
We have Joe on the line. He's our second caller from Callaway. Joe, how are you doing today?
I am doing great, thank you.
Good. Joe, do you know Ken Pitkin at all over there?
I do know Ken Pitkin
Yeah.
fairly well.
You know him pretty good?
He's a pretty good guy.
He is. Is he okay? Because, with this COVID thing, I'm worried about him because, a lot of people would hug Ken for reassuring themselves, just a warm, fuzzy feeling. And Ken was kind of huggable, and now he's probably not getting as many hugs as he usually did.
Well, I'm sure he'll take any hugs he can get, though.
Okay. All right, Joe. If you win the turkey today, it'll be brought to you by Broken Bow Housing Authority. How many shots do you think it's going to take?
I'm going to say it's going to take 2.
2 shots. Okay. Keep your fingers crossed, Brent.
All right.
I'm going to pull the trigger.
Oh.
Oh. Joe.
So close.
We're sorry.
Yeah, my aim wasn't very true, I guess.
Well, you were close. You were close. Keep listening, and we'll give you a lot more chances to call in. Appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Goodbye.
Bye. Good sport, Joe. Thanks a lot. This Turkey Time attempt brought to you by Broken Bow Housing Authority. We'll be back after these words.
Shop at the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow and save. 80% lean ground beef in a 10-pound tube is $1.98 a pound, and Hormel bone-in Boston butt pork roast is $1.68 a pound. Best Choice boneless, skinless chicken breast fillets are $4.98. 1 pound of Best Choice Grade A butter is $2.15, or get Blue Bonnet margarine quarters for 88 cents. For your desserts, Best Choice whipped toppings are 88 cents as well. Grocery Cart, East Highway 2, Broken Bow. Open daily, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m.
AgriBest Feeds is proud to salute our veterans this Veterans Day. The willingness of Americans' veterans to sacrifice for our country has earned them our lasting gratitude. Thank you, veterans, for your service and sacrifice. AgriBest Feeds is your source for ranching supplies, from Powder River, Tartar, and Arrowcook livestock equipment to fencing and vet supplies, Sweet Pro tubs, Redmond salt, and more. See them behind the Community Center in Callaway. Saluting our veterans this
Enlist D3 soybeans from NK Seeds are stacked and stocked for the 2021 season, so you can plan on the triple stacked herbicide tolerance and high-performing genetics you need for a successful season. Contact your local NK retailer to lock in your seed or visit nkseeds.com/enlistd3. Enlist D3 soybean technology is jointly developed with Dow AgroSciences LLC and MS Technologies LLC. Enlist D3 is a trademark of Dow AgroSciences LLC.
I'll take predictability where I can get it.
With their CropWise seed selector, NK Seeds combines local knowledge and local data to show me where their seed fits.
And even where it doesn't. Because out here, predictability is hard to come by. And success matters. Find your seed at nkseeds.com.
9:31 is your time. Brent, the response to our radio broadcast and video broadcast have been phenomenal this year, all things considered. I know that a lot of people aren't able to go to the contests that were before due to either restrictions or they just feel safer at home. And that has really enhanced our ability to be able to do radio when the folks can't get there, and now live video streaming as well. And Sandhills Thedford is a great example of that in Pleasanton's matchup tonight. The list is quite long, and we appreciate that. We're going to thank them right now. First of all, Viero Wireless is our co-sponsor for doing the video side, so thank you very much, Viero. Then we'd like to thank Four County H&A and Bass Enterprises, Trotter Service in Broken Bow, they're one of the video sponsors. Sargent Irrigation, doing both. Bubba's Smoke Shack in Pleasanton, doing both. Custer Public Power, helping with the video. BD in Broken Bow, bringing you radio and video. Gateway Motors, both. And should I go with the popcorn thing or not on that? Should I leave that out?
That's up to you.
Okay, I won't go there. I won't talk about
That's all you if you go there.
Thomas eating a lot of popcorn on the video.
All right.
I won't go there.
Okay.
Kyle and Carrie Hakey, ranchers, wanting to help out. Thank you so much, guys. They're doing video and radio. Midwest Partitions, been helping out here this year again and doing both radio and video. Harsh Mercantile, 70. They're doing both. Sandhills Corral, they're bringing you video and the radio broadcast. Crossroads Auto Repair Specialist, video sponsors. Ewolt's Grocery, bringing you radio and video. Superior Livestock Auction, bringing you video and radio. The Roadside Inn are sponsoring the broadcast as well. Evans Feed, thank you, Mike. Sandhills Public Schools are helping out, and they wanted to, they actually called us and said, we want to thank all these other people that are helping support the kids. That's pretty nice. Consolidated, appreciate that very much. They're doing video and radio. Security First Bank, video and radio. First State Insurance, bringing you the radio broadcast. And Sandhill Oil, bringing you video. All those businesses are participating and making sure everybody gets to see and hear the game tonight. And that will start at what time?
6 o'clock kickoff.
6 o'clock, pregame, a little ahead of that. And it's going to be a beautiful night for it. So I think I'll make me some popcorn and watch and listen to the game tonight.
There you go.
I just hope that I can keep up with Thomas McCaslin. That guy can eat more popcorn than any man in the world. Did you see him on that video when at that volleyball game?
No, I didn't. This is all you. I'm not even going here. No way. This is you and you alone making these comments.
I think he went through a dozen bags.
Again, another comment by David J. Burney. Only.
I'll just avoid seeing Thomas for a while. He'll cool off. All right, before we go, we're going to give someone a chance out there to win a ticket, a raffle ticket, because the veterans are not hosting their annual soup supper this year. They're giving away $100 or $300 or $500 gift cards to the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow. The drawing will be on Veterans Day, and you can purchase your tickets right now at Culligan here in Broken Bow. And on Veterans Day next week, on November 11th, stop by the Veterans Building from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. to purchase tickets, with the drawing to be held that night. I mean, 6 bags would be a record. 12 bags?
Again, the comments of David J. Burney, which do not necessarily represent the thoughts of other staff members here at KCNI KBBN Radio.
I will take the first caller at 872-2801 who will call in and predict how many bags of popcorn can Thomas McCaslin eat.
You're shameless.
Good morning. You're on the air. Who are we talking to?
Ben.
Ben, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Ben, how many bags of popcorn do you think the head of Gateway Motors here in Broken Bow, Thomas McCaslin, can eat in one ball game?
Oh, depends on if it has butter and salt. 6 or 8.
6 or 8?
Wow.
Ben, you're right on. He could eat at least 6 or 8. I suppose if he got too heavy on the popcorn and salt, it might slow him down a little bit. So I think your prediction is accurate, Ben. So if you'll hold on the line, I'll get some information for you so we can send the ticket to you, all right?
All right.
All right. Thanks for listening, Ben. Hold on. I'll get right to you here on the phone.